Hey, what's up everybody? It's John from Bad Wolves, here with MoreCare and discussing mental disorders for their MoreCare week. My experience with, when I was 20 to 22, I worked at this institution called Devereaux, which was caring for 24 hours a day. That's the institution that runs that way. And they were what they would call SED children. And those are severely emotionally disturbed children. And I learned a lot about myself and about the way the brain works. And I would say the best way to learn about disorders is to be, it's not for everybody, but to be around people with disorders and learning that it's not so much about you, it's more, and learning that their world with certain disorders, their world is not like everybody else's. And then you learn that that's when you start to learn how to navigate and get through to them and help them rather than add to the disruption or, and you learn about negative reinforcement, and I apply that to my everyday life, and positive reinforcement and helping people get through things that sometimes kind of have no end. And that's overwhelming thought in itself. So learning is the number one reason, or number one way to understand it more. And sometimes people have a partner or a relative or something and they just can't quite understand what's going on. You need to talk to people, hit the books, and just always know that what they're going through is probably undescribable. So do your best to try and wrap your brain around that and figure out what works and what doesn't through time and repetitive attempts of trying to help. That's what I would say. You know what I mean? I myself really have a hard time. Some of my friends can't even believe it. And it really came out of me at a later age, which is, it's called trypophobia. That's a very small disorder to have, but it's very weird. And it's just basically a fear of small holes and patterns. And it made me nauseous and stick to my stomach, and kind of like repetitive thoughts. And first I thought I was alone, thought I was going crazy. And then you look it up on the internet and you're flooded with all these images that make it trigger even more. And I kind of got really scared, but then I was like, wait a minute, this is, when I started realizing I'm not alone, so there's a bunch of people that have this, I just was okay with the fact that, okay, I'm not the only one. And then I went out and just saw a counselor, and it really helped to calm me down, and learned tools to use on how to process this and not be affected by it, much like it's like a form of anxiety or something. So I 100% recommend seeing counselors for any kind of, no matter how small or big issues. It's really nice to have someone to talk to who can really at least pretend to understand you, or really does understand you and has a motivation and a goal to help you be relaxed and get through whatever you're going through. There's no, the only downside to that is it can be expensive, therapy, but if you're fortunate enough to be able to afford it, I recommend it 100%. It's usually only going to help, and if you need help, go get it. Alrighty, well, thank you for everyone tuning in to MoreCare and MoreCare Week. You guys have a good one.